Yes, we got sound. Yes, we got sound. 6, 7, 8, 9. We have sound. Yay. Well, hi. Um, I don't even know what day it is today. It's the 16th. Today and tomorrow, there is expected trouble in the capitals. I haven't seen any news of anything today. Um, DOJ and DIA are coming down hard. Pentagon's announced an investigation of white nationalists in the military. DOJ's issued over 300 warrants. They must have at least 100 people in custody by now. 4 more days. We may have found um, this is a co-op, okay? There's other people involved in this, and one of them, Davia, and I have been talking about getting a bigger place and sharing it, and we may have found that. Hopefully, we got to put in the application. I have a fallback plan: a motel and a motel and a storage locker. Motel room and a storage locker. I'm gonna have to get me a laptop to run around with the tower and storage. Anyway, I'm just gonna make noise. So I got a nice fresh read that's really crisp. I think I want my strap too. Okay, where is it? Huh. Well, hell. No strap readily visible. Is it over there? No. I can handle this thing without a strap, though. Crispy critter. Gets all the way up. No. I'm really feeling pretty uninspired. My jaw's been hurting. It's a little swollen. Got me, and I'm really all tense. It's been so insane. It's so totally nuts. Uh, but and I don't know. Just such a bubble here in Tucson. It's so like chill. Really beautiful weather too. I know I'm gonna get disparaged, but hey, boys, let me hear any of you get all the way up to that top F on a soprano sax, clean, fuckheads, 2-3 times in a row. That's called making noise. Lots of noise. Just make noise. Just keep running up and down and the scale until you hit something that sounds like you want to do something different. And working the breath somewhere in the middle. confusing myself. That's sloppy. I'm being real sloppy. Very, very sloppy. Well, I haven't like really in over 20 years. It's been 20 years since I really worked on a platoon more than one day. I used to have, a fairly decent repertoire of stuff I could pull out. People recognize, oh yeah, cool. But it's okay. People like really are generous for the noise I make. Let's see what kind of let's see what kind of verbal noise we can make here. This is worth reading. This shit's definitely worth reading. This is from Holly Hootman, who is a DuPage County Democrat, in DuPage County, Illinois. Nice lady I met through Monkey Girl, one of the old thoughtsters. And she posted a meme from Steffi, or just a statement from Steffi, probably at Twitter or something. I'm not now, nor will I ever be, interested in unifying with people who wear shirts that say 6 million wasn't enough. And Holly was saying she wants it on a t-shirt. And one of her friends says, seems obvious, but I guess it doesn't go without saying. And then Holly's come back with, you would think it's crystal clear, but we are living in upside down MAGA land of ignorance. And I said, I really expected that when America came unglued, it would be that the left-wing organizers could no longer contain the anger of the oppressed working classes. I really should have understood that America's always been fascist underneath a very thin veneer, and the economically challenged, mostly Caucasian wage slaves would revolt, trying to protect the systemic discrimination that favored them over everybody else, never realizing there was a bulletproof glass ceiling capping their ability to rise in power. I guess if we want to really live in a democratic state, we're all Antifa now. And Holly's crazy, even moderates. But here we are, the line never more clear. Fascism or republic? I always thought it would be the working poor against the corporate thieves. So do we all. Really thought we left Hitler behind, with the exception of a few deniers. The changes in consciousness, and me coming back at her, the changes in consciousness following the 1964 Civil Rights Act just made being openly racist and misogynistic very unpopular. Didn't make it go away. This uprising isn't going far, but it's not going to make the racism and misogynism go away. They'll just slither back under the rocks again until the next time it gets popularized. And here's a friend of Holly's. I wouldn't count on them slithering anytime soon. Only once they know our government and the law is not on their side and they're not contained by force, and they're contained by force or jail, will they hide. They're going to be facing overwhelming force this weekend. If they seriously try to ramp up, it's going to get very messy. Just how messy depends on how serious these white nationalists are about overthrowing our democracy, and what the fuck do they think they're going to replace it with? I mean, this has been pretty much the argument that I've been in the middle of with the lefties for the last 57 years and how many days? I can usually estimate the days pretty quickly from the Kennedy assassination early in the year. It's 31 and 8 is 40 and 16 more is 56 days. So it's 57 years and 56 days. Let's see what else we got that's worth reading. I really don't like Facebook's new messenger thing where I can't hit the messages and it opens a new window. Trump thinks he's getting a send-off and he's not. Pentagon said, no, you're not getting nothing. This is an interesting question. Is public hate speech protected free speech? Is public lying protected free speech? These are the essential questions that we're all going to have to struggle with. Whole communications industries have grown up online and on radio and cable to spread lies, especially the big lie as of late, and to allow racists and white supremacists the ability to mass spread their toxic hatred of their fellow man, all for and energized by money. The manipulation of the masses has been going on now more than 30 years, really. Well, that's bullshit. It's more like 3,000. And its most recent manifestation and consequences, Donald Trump and his invasion of the Capitol building with his minions, with shouts of "Hang Mike Pence." This is not about politics, but about rabid support, come what may, for an evil president who gives so many the permission to vent their worst impulses, and also give cover to anarchists and fascists seeking to overthrow all government and take his place in a feudalism of terror. Is public hate speech protected speech? Is public lying protected speech? The questions and their consequences answer themselves. And my response here is I think you're going to see the boundaries of free speech challenged real hard over the next few months as indictments for seditious conspiracy and incitement to insurrection are handed down. Antonio Cortez, Ocasio-Cortez went off on the same subject on Mark Zuckerberg earlier today, totally excoriating him for enabling the white nationalists on his platform completely unregulated. And, nobody's above the law. And the law specifically forbids hate speech of that, that is threatening, that is, seditious, directly threatening. That's not protected speech. Part of what the First Amendment's trying to protect us from. Well, there's not much I really have left to say that I haven't already said before. Yeah. What to say? We live in a world that is corrupted from the very top to bottom. Our governments are entirely corrupted. Our value systems are entirely corrupted, and the planet as we've been warned for well over 50 years by the scientific community. Here, this is the latest. This is what's making the rounds now. Top scientists warn of ghastly future of mass extinction and climate disruption. Sobering new report says world is failing to grasp the extent of threats posed by biodiversity loss and the climate crisis. The planet is facing a ghastly future of mass extinction, declining health, and climate disruption upheavals that threaten human survival because of ignorance and inaction, according to an international group of scientists who warn people still haven't grasped the urgency of the biodiversity and climate crises. 17 experts, including Professor Paul Ehrlich from Stanford University, author of The Population Bomb, and scientists from Mexico, Australia, and the US, say the planet is in a much worse state than most people, even scientists, understand. The scale of the threats to the biosphere and all its life forms, including humanity, is in fact so great that it is difficult to grasp for even well-informed experts. In a report in Frontiers in Conservation Sciences, which references more than 150 studies detailing the world's major environmental challenges. So this is a literature review of like all the gloom and doom literature. The delay between destruction of the natural world and the impacts of these actions means people do not recognize how vast the problem is, the paper argues. Mainstream is having difficulty grasping the magnitude of this loss, despite the steady erosion of the fabric of human civilization. Let's see what this. Oh, we got the whole paper here. Baby, baby, baby. I should read this bitch. Yep. I think I'm gonna schedule a reading of this bitch. Let's just save this for later under tech stuff. I'm gonna read that bitch. I have to see how long it is. Not too bad. Not too bad. It's pretty trim. Pretty fucking trim, but it's got 150 references to it. Yeah, I'm gonna read that for sure, but not tonight. My face hurts too much. I'm gonna cut this off real soon. Ours is not a call to surrender. We aim to provide leaders with a realistic cold shower of the state of the planet that is essential for planning to avoid a ghastly future. It's really simple. They've been saying it for years. We need to shut down the oil and gas industry. Period. We need to leave that shit in the ground. We can convert it to moving water and moving biomass, fresh biomass and water. Sewage. pump. You want to put fuel through them line. Put fresh biomass. You can put some slurry through there. But we have to stop with the chemicals, the herbicides and the pesticides. We need to restore the biodiversity to everything. We need to back off the wetlands. We need to really be conscious of the way we develop our wetlands. We cannot dry them up. It's just nature doesn't like that, and they're going to do something about it because that's the way water flows. What else? I mean, that's the main thing is we need to shut down the petrochemical industry, back off of the sensitive ecosystems, and start restoring biodiversity. And if we do that, we will slow down these massive changes. You got some areas that are under horrible drought, and other areas that are getting flooded. And as the world tries to bring itself into homeostasis, what else is there to say? It's like, survival of the fittest, adapt or die, baby. It'd probably be real wise to have a means of breathing underwater and breathing air that needs to be filtered before you can breathe it. And with that, I think I'm going to say thanks for watching. Happy day. Bye.